The time has come.
We're back, and hey, we can finally open this door, and unfortunately I didn't get this key from killing enemies in the previous rooms. I had to go all the way back to the first shop of the game and buy a key for 100 rupees. There might have been a cheaper one somewhere, but I grabbed a lot of rupees along the way as well. I did check Dungeon 3, and what do you know, there's a key. I did check all of Dungeon 3, didn't find any keys I had missed. And the way you get keys is either killing all the enemies in a room, or it's just lying there already, like the key in that room was. So, oh wow, that's a rude design, isn't it? So, yeah, we're down some rupees, unfortunately, but hopefully we can grind that back up sometime soon. We're just near the boss now, and the boss to this dungeon is actually one of the harder ones in the game. Well, okay, comparatively, compared to Manhandla and Digdogger. But this boss is Gleeok, I believe is the name of this dragon. But he's just a two-headed dragon that shoots projectiles at us, and we can only hit him in the head slash neck slash Jacksepticeye. But yeah, once we hit him enough times, one of his heads will start flying around, and it becomes a bit of an issue since they both fire, and one of them can hit you, and that does a lot of damage. But we dealt with him. The white sword definitely helps, and also what helps is just knowing how to beat him, or having the blade beam, of course. But Triforce pieces acquired. No bomb works on him. That's something interesting with him and the first boss of the game, is that most of the bosses you need to use bombs, or in one boss's case you need to use the bow and arrow. Which actually, that's another thing we have to buy now that I think about it. But we have a lot of hearts, and speaking of hearts, let's use the stepladder we acquired the last dungeon we did to get the last overworld heart piece, or at least I'm pretty sure it's the last overworld heart piece. I might be wrong about that, but as we get this, and then we'll have 3 hearts in that top row, and then we're missing 5, and we get one from Dungeon 5, Dungeon 6, Dungeon 7, Dungeon 8. I think that's all of them. I wasn't counting when I was naming off the dungeons, so I don't know. But to get this heart piece, we're gonna need to go along the shoreline south of here. So we're gonna go down here and down again. This will look a little familiar. We got a heart here earlier using a bomb. Oh, that guy managed to hit me, but that's alright. Oh. Wow, there's a lot of these guys. Alright, there we are. There's a clock. And, Dungeon 5 is... Did I show off how you get to Dungeon 5? I might have. I can't remember if I've been around the area, but anyway. Dungeon 5 isn't really our concern right now. I'm going to be getting this heart piece, and then we're going to be going after arrows to buy. Which actually, that might be a shop. That might have them. Do you have any arrows? Yes, they do. Okay. So the arrows actually make it so the first item we got in the game, the bow, is actually useful now. And we can shoot arrows out of it, of course, and unfortunately that spends rupees. I'm not going to be using the bow at all outside of the one necessary use for it. And well, actually the 2. There's a couple of instances in which you need to use the bow and arrow. And they're primarily used for those boss fights. Well, actually, no, now that I think about it, there's one other enemy type that I'd like to deal with the bow. And this is an area that has always confused me, in that you use the stepladder to go out here like you did for the heart piece, but there's nothing out there. It doesn't send you off on the raft or anything. There's nothing. I mean, granted, there might have been something in Master Quest, which is the New Game Plus version, where things are changed, or locations of things are changed, and I don't know. Oh, I forgot about this one, apparently. Alright, so that, I guess, is all the heart pieces in the overworld. I forgot I hadn't got this one. I suppose if I went over here with the raft... Because after I beat Dungeon 3, I went straight to 4. Huh. Alright, well, we accomplished both of the things I said I was going to do in about 2 seconds, so... What else is there we need to do? There's not much else left in the overworld except to get rupees. Oh, I suppose we can do the quest with the letter. That's an option. Do we have the letter right now? Yes, we do. Okay, so we acquired that letter a while ago. And I don't remember which person it is we need to take it to. But we definitely need to take it to someone. I don't know where they are, though. Let's look around for them, I suppose. So, in those sections where they give you the option of the heart piece or the potion, you might say, oh, well, the potion's useful, and, you know, we need to get the potion at some point, but we can acquire the potion in plenty of other instances, which we're going to be, setting up here. And, granted, the heart pieces can also be obtained from other instances, like the dungeons, or, I don't know, yeah, primarily the dungeons, but, the thing is with the heart pieces is that they're just so much more useful when you get them in the overworld, because when you get them in a dungeon, you're already getting your health refilled from beating the dungeon in the first place, and you just beat the boss. It's not like you're going to go do other stuff unless you miss the item, I suppose, but once you do enough dungeons, you'll figure out, okay, I need to get, you know, the item, I need to get the compass and the map. Well, okay, you don't need to get those, but it's nice to have them. I really don't remember where. There's a character south of this screen, which might be the right one, or that might just be telling me about it. It might be a hint. Meet the old man. Okay, it's a hint. I know there's one around this area where there's an old woman where you need to deliver the letter to her, and then she sells you potions, which we aren't going to be able to buy right away because we're really short on money right now, but at the very least it'd be nice to have the option at some point. Plus, I'm pretty sure using the letter in one area triggers all of them, so we wouldn't have to worry about... Oh, here we are. Yes, this is it. So we go to the letter, and we use it. And suddenly now we can buy medicine, which we don't have enough rupees for, but if we were to buy it, it would replace... Oh, wait, what happens if I leave? Oh, the letter's still there. Does she still offer the medicine? Okay, this is a little weird, but essentially, the potion, when we buy it, will replace where the letter is right now. So, the inventory in this game is a little odd, but it works eventually. It's just that in order to fill it up all the way, you have to have temporary items, like bombs, like the food, which you only get to use once, and it costs a lot. And it doesn't include power-ups, at least in that selectable section. It includes them in the upper area, which I don't know if that includes the magical shield. I'm not sure on that. But yeah, the selection on the menu is a little weird, but it works. Now, as for Dungeon 5, I'm a bit of a ways away. I suppose I should start heading over there now. I don't remember who the boss of Dungeon 5 is, actually. I've done most of the bosses. There's only one other boss. No, there's two boss. Okay, I forgot about that one. Okay, we'll get around to him.